Hello and welcome to Dropkick Chronicles, man. It's episode 10, and I'm your boy Trey. So before I get into it, I just want to briefly talk about SummerSlam. I actually went to Nashville to go to SummerSlam. Man, was it a experience. It was an experience, man. And so my thing was like, man, SummerSlam has never been to Nashville. Matter of fact, I don't think WWE has ever been to a venue like Nissan Stadium, like a city like Nashville. Matter of fact, yeah, WWE's really never been to Tennessee for a major premium live event. So for me to be from the city of Memphis and then having to just, drive there some odd hours, just to get to the stadium and have fun and, experience WWE on a major scale. And I've been in NXT before. That was great. It's a great experience to go see, NXT live on the USA Network. Comes on Tuesdays, by the way, and be there to experience such live, wrestling. Man, it's so great. So I'm here to say, by the way, Dropkick Chronicles is back in full swing. Don't worry, trust me, I haven't forgot about my fans. The people, the faithful few has been watching ever since I started, and that is on that. Now we must get into SummerSlam, the biggest party of the summer. SummerSlam was in Nashville. It was in Nissan Stadium. It's where the Tennessee Titans play. Now, the first match I want to get into, it was the first match on the card, was the Raw Women's Championship match between Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. Now, mind you, SummerSlam last year, 2021, Becky Lynch returned, because she was going away to be a mother. So she returned to WWE to face none other than the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. Now, fast forward this year, we have that match again, and it's supposed to be Becky Lynch's championship comeback story. Now, for that, it's crazy how a short turn of events can happen, right? Last year, Bianca Belair had won the championship. She took the title off of Sasha Banks, who, was the champion. She was the SmackDown Women's Champion. It was like the first championship she won, or the first SmackDown Women's Championship she won. And she had been winning Raw Women's Championships, ever since she started in WWE or on the main roster when she first won Raw Women's Championship back in 2016, beating Charlotte on Raw. Now, fast forward to this year, you have the feud with Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair. It was a heated rivalry. Don't get me wrong. It was a heated rivalry. There was, animosity between the two. Every match I see Bianca Belair is in, it's like her hair, she has the long braid, and during the match they like to pull on the braid, which is crazy. So I'm like, that's her hair, and that's a part of her identity. So you wouldn't usually see that in a match, using someone's, hair or garments or anything like that against them. Now, I want to say that that match was great, and Bianca Belair ended up retaining the Raw Women's Championship. And after that match, we had some surprises. Now, you all remember Bayley, right? Bayley got injured, I think last year, like I want to say early last year, but not early, probably like mid last year. Now, she just returned at SummerSlam. She returned at SummerSlam, and she brought 2 NXT call-ups with her. She brought Io Sky, and she brought the returning after being released Dakota Kai. So Io Sky and Dakota Kai are in a new, kind of like a new group, new stable, new, I won't say faction yet. It's too big of a word for that, but new stable, new women's stable. In WWE, it's Bayley, Io Sky, which is former Io Shirai, even name change, and then Dakota Kai. Now, I see the 3. They're about to get into the ring. They get into the ring, and I see champion Bianca Belair, who just retained the title, trying to take all 3 of them on. Then, lo and behold, I see Becky Lynch jump to help Bianca Belair. This is supposed to be her arch nemesis, her arch rival. So we literally saw Becky Lynch babyface turn, which was interesting. It's really interesting because she's been a heel for a minute. We saw that, and that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. But nothing didn't happen between those 5, so we look to see what they do with Bianca Belair going forward, and she is still the Raw Women's Champion. So moving on, I would like to acknowledge my tribal chief, of course, but I would also like to acknowledge the next match, which is, if I'm not mistaken, is Logan Paul versus The Miz. Now, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. That match was great. It had its ups and downs. Don't get me wrong. It had its ups and downs. Here's a disclaimer. Throughout the nighttime portion of, the premium live event, the fans were chanting, "Turn the lights off," which means, I was sitting in the crowds, right? And so the lights of, I guess, the ring, like the display over the ring and everything like that, the lights were kind of like too bright. I'm talking about like, chicken rotisserie bright at Walmart. Like hot. It was real hot. I was like, man, look, it's already, a little warm outside. Y'all might want to cut these lights down and give people some relief. Cause man, they were starting to turn the lights off, but WWE, they want to shine a light on fans. So, people walking up and down the courses and everything like that, and the walkways and out on the outside where the actual seating area is, they want to make sure that no one injures themselves. They want to make sure fans are, walking, with some sight, because some people can't see sometimes, I guess, man. But let me tell you, the lights were too bright. The people were chanting, and it's like it's some type of you know, like heating. That's crazy. But as I get into Logan Paul versus The Miz, I actually want to shout out Logan Paul for stepping up, and actually learning moves. You know, he is a celebrity. Logan Paul is actually on WWE's roster now because he is a WWE superstar. I was like, people like, how you go from boxing to wrestling at WrestleMania, then now he at SummerSlam? I was like, hey man, the man put in the work. You cannot, trust me, man, the work ethic that this man has is literally like impeccable. Like the work ethic that he has, man. And I gotta shout out Pat McAfee as well. Now to get to his match in a split second. Now, the order of these matches are named probably not in chronological order, but at least they're the actual matches on the card, and I can explain them to the best of my ability. So bear with me. So man, The Miz is going at it. He has Ciampa by his side, and then I'm like, dang, that's AJ Styles music. And they hit his music. He jumped from the crowd onto Ciampa. He leaves Ciampa from ringside. They take it to the back, a fight, and then Logan Paul gets the upper hand on Miz. Miz is distracted, and then Logan Paul finishes Miz off and wins the match. Now that that was cool because Logan Paul had a receipt for Miz because Miz wanted, everybody knows Miz is a snake. He's a straight up snake. You cannot team with that man. I don't know why you would. Why would you team with The Miz when you know that The Miz is a snake? He done jumped on every tag team partner he done had. I'm not gonna name names, but everybody that knows the history of Miz's early career knows this. Now moving on, I want to move on to the SmackDown Women's Championship match pitting Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan. Now, as you know, and if you don't know, I will tell you, Liv Morgan became SmackDown Women's Champion by simply cashing in her Money in the Bank contract to become champion. She cashed it in on the same night as Money in the Bank. Matter of fact, 2 hours after the Money in the Bank, the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. She won the ladder match. She was Miss Money in the Bank. I think after Ronda Rousey's match with Natalya, she came running down the ramp. Of course, hands the referee the briefcase. Referee calls for the bell rings. She dodged everything that Ronda Rousey could throw at her, put Ronda Rousey in a pin in the 1, 2, 3, and she became SmackDown Women's Champion just like that. Just like that. Man. So we fast forward to July 30th, 2022. SummerSlam, the big fight field. We fast forward to the SmackDown Women's Championship match between those two. And man, let me tell you, it was highly competitive. Liv's arm got banged up. I can say that. Liv Morgan's arm was banged up. There's like a limit to how much the body can take, no matter what sport you're in. There's a limit to how much the body can take. And man, not saying Liv is not strong. She's strong. She's a strong young superstar. She's a strong superstar. She's a strong champion. But she held on. She held out. And Ronda got her in a submission. And there was a pinning predicament, like a counter. It's like a submission counter. You can put somebody in a pinning predicament. I forgot what move she was. I think she was in like some type of sleeper hold, and she turned around, and then next thing you know, both of Ronda's shoulders on the mat. Liv Morgan gets the 3 count, gets the win, retains the title. And everybody like, whoa, how did she dodge Ronda Rousey? I'm like, man, she bobbed and weaved. Had a hurt arm after the match, but she bobbed and weaved. Yes. But man, the thing is that, Ronda Rousey, she threw a fit. Everybody knows from her UFC days, Ronda Rousey cannot take. I repeat, she cannot take loss. Man, but that is that. I'm moving on to the United States Championship match between Bobby Lashley and Theory. So it's Bobby Lashley versus Theory for the United States Championship. Now, Theory, cocky, brash. Cocky, brash, but he confident though. I'll give him that. He's a young cat. A lot of people say they remind him of or he reminds them of John, like a young John Cena, you know what I'm saying? And they try to build Theory like John, in which I'm like, John never won well, he did win a Money in the Bank, but he didn't win Money in the Bank till like 2012. He didn't win in 05, trying to cash in, become WWE champion or world champion at the time. No, John, they built John up. They literally built John like Superman, but they booked him like Superman, but I don't think they could really recopy that same thing and then give it to Theory. Theory just 24. He's as old as me, and so the man is walking around saying he gonna beat Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship, knowing Bobby Lashley gonna do away with him like dental floss and throw him away. He gonna break him like a twig. Come on, man. Why would you go around saying you're gonna beat this man for the United States Championship? That's not true. Yeah, folks, Bobby Lashley retained and won the match. So pretty much, yeah, Theory is he's on his last leg. All he has left is the briefcase. And he can't even do that right. This fool, every match, every moment, trying to come out and cash in. Like, bro, come on, man. Give it up. Matter of fact, have somebody beat him for that thing. Cause, bro, redo a concept they did in 2020 with Otis and The Miz. Which, that was bad creative and bad booking all in one. But, we're not here to talk about that. I'm here to move on to what am I going to say? I've covered both women's championship matches. I've covered the United States Championship match. Okay, so next match is, I talked about this earlier, so I was going to talk about this. The next match is Pat McAfee versus Mr. Happy Corbin, former Baron Corbin, the Lone Wolf. Now, Corbin got rich, started and put Happy in front of his name and thought he was Hot Grits. He thought he was Hot Grits on the pan on a Sunday. Man, that's crazy. But anyway, Pat McAfee had, I'm talking about a receipt for that man, because Happy Corbin calls himself coming on SmackDown and trying to obliterate Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee does his job. Matter of fact, I shout out Pat McAfee. I acknowledge him for being a great commentator. He's great on commentary. And matter of fact, because of Pat McAfee, Michael Cole is free. That man, matter of fact, without Pat being on the commentary table, doing commentary with Michael Cole held it down. He held it down for the rest of the PLE, the Premium Live event. He held it down for the rest of SummerSlam. I said, that's what I'm talking about. And then, man, I got so much to say. Triple H is taking over WWE. He's literally, I was like, yo, Vince McMahon gonna leave, Triple H is returning. Under Triple H's rule, man, we've seen so much change, man. Triple H's first Premium Live event was SummerSlam under his control. He's returned to executive vice president of talent relations, and now he has a new role where he oversees creative. We done seen so much, man. We done seen the return of Karrion Kross, Dexter Lumis. We done seen, bro. I'm saying like Karrion Kross then came back and literally challenged Roman Reigns. Now we all know that Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns are supposed to be, clashing for the undisputed Universal Championship. At Clash at the Castle in England. I think that's next month. I want to say. I think so. It's this month or next month. I am, if I'm not mistaken. And man, it's been so topsy-turvy, man. But changes been made, man. And now you heard T-Bar, former Dominic Dijakovic, he is supposed to be getting a character change. So we're gonna see they bring his Dominic Dijakovic character back, or if they rejuvenate him. But talking about the match, man, Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin got his butt whooped. Pat McAfee almost botched a kind of like a splash, crossbody off top rope to ringside. But he landed it. It was pretty good match, But Pat, man, that man has worked hard. He has a whole wrestling ring at his home. Man, he dedicates his everything to commentating. He loves the business. How can you have beef with a man like that? You know what I'm saying? The man that carries himself, like he's a competitor, but he's doing commentary on SmackDown very well with Michael Cole, man. WWE has never looked so much better, man. It's like a rejuvenation, like new life. That's the thing. Man, but Pat won that match. Pat won the match, and he beat Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin, I hope you are very humiliated because you lost and got your butt whooped at SummerSlam. Now, moving on, I want to now talk about and bring my attention to the Unified Tag Team Championship match between the Usos and the Street Profits, Jimmy and Jay, Montez Ford, and Angelo Dawkins. Now, as per usual, I would like to acknowledge the Bloodline for their work in this business and what they have done to bridge the gap. Tag team wrestling and singles, they got all the gold. Man, I'm telling you, if a woman was to join the Bloodline and win both the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships, bro, they'll have all the gold. They'll have all the gold. And then, not to mention Jimmy and Jay, They the U.S. and Intercontinental Champions, bro. Come on, bro. They got all the gold, man. WWE make a new title, they gonna win that title. I don't care. I'm gonna put my one up right now. Let me tell you something. If y'all don't start acknowledging y'all tribal chief, this man has done it all. He done it all. He done beat all your heroes, man. He done beat everybody there is to beat. Finn Balor, Brock Lesnar. He done beat Brock Lesnar senseless like 20 million times over. And Drew McIntyre came out there on SmackDown. He said, "Get ready for the biggest match of all time. We've seen this match for the first time ever in Nashville." I said, "Yep, in Nashville, because it's not. Nope, not the first time. This is not the first time ever. Nope. We all know the first ever Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns match was in WrestleMania 31. It was for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So, pretty much. Hey." And this before the Universal Championship even existed anyway. So, man, but moving on, you know, that undisputed Unified Tag Team Championship match was so great, man. But you know, the ones, you know, it's okay. You know, the Street Profits that night was the twos, and of course everybody knows the Usos are the ones. Okay. So, to be honest with you, man, you know, the Usos, they have been on a tear, man. And you know, the tag team division, I think really the tag team division without the Usos, I mean, you can build another tag team and, you know, build the division around them, but, you know, this division belongs to the Usos, man. Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. They won line when they told everybody that, because they was literally obliterating everybody and putting during locker room on notice. Exactly. So, man, to be real honest with you, the Usos, of course, came out on top in that match, and you know, I think there's a little rumor going around that the Street Profits will be breaking up and possibly going to be singles competitors. We don't know if they'll get a reunite. I don't know. But hey, it's been all fun and good. I don't think I've missed any other match on the card. Oh yeah. Last but not certainly, probably not least, the Mysterios, Los Mysterios. The Mysterios versus the Judgment Day. Of course, Rey and Dominic versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest. That match was pretty good. Had a surprise in it too. I'll get to that later. Now, that match was pretty good. You know, I seen the Judgment Day, they dominated the match, and then Rey and Dominic came back. And it's when it seemed like all the chips were down for Rey and Dominic. Guess who returns? After being obliterated by the Judgment Day and kicked out of the Judgment Day, it's the team he created. Now, why did WWE do that? I don't know. Very bad creative decision. Now, from the fire and everything else, Edge returned after being concertoed, which looked like concerto to death. I mean, he returned at SummerSlam, and you know, had the "You Think You Know Me" theme, and it was peachy keen from there, man. And I think the match was no disqualification. I think. yeah, Edge returned and made a big impact. I was real happy. Oh yeah, I was real happy. And the Mysterios end up winning the match. Yep. After a spear from Edge to Finn Balor, and then Ray did a splash. 1, 2, 3, got the win. Now let's fast forward to great match, but it seemed like they won't ever stop booking these two to be in matches and wrestle each other and fight each other, obliterate each other, time after time. So the very last match is none other than the tribal chief, my tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. Yes, the one. Don't you ever forget it. The one, the undisputed, uncontroverted, universal heavyweight champion of the world. That's right. Versus the country butt kicker himself, Brock Lesnar. Now, this match has been, booked so many times. Don't understand it. I'm like, these two are gonna fight until their grave. You might well call it a grudge match, cause ain't nothing else. They old rivals, man. Like, they've been the first time they ever fought was WrestleMania 31, and that was in 2015, man. Like, you mean tell me it's 7 years worth of matches? 7 years? Come on, man. Really? That's like John Cena and Randy Orton. They feud lasted a long time too. Way too long. I was like, y'all should have been over with and done. And through through wrestling, man. But all in all, Roman comes out, pyro, he got like 2 pyro hits. He'll raise the title at the ramp, on the stage really, and then he'll raise his titles again in the ring. And they hit the pyro twice. Comes out, boom, that's done. Brock comes out, and what Brock did is going to surprise y'all, and it's going to be very bizarre. During the match, what he did during the match is going to be very bizarre, man. But the thing about that is that Brock came out, he did the little pyro and everything like that, and then fast forward, they got the match started. Two was going head up, one dominated the other, and then Roman dominated Brock, then Brock was dominating Roman at one point in the match. The Usos were out there. Now fast forward, Roman is down, and Brock is literally trying to end Roman. He's trying to kill this man, legitly. So this is what Brock goes and does. He brought a tractor to the stadium. He drove the tractor down the walkway, the entranceway, drove it to the ring, uses the tractor to push the ring back almost to the announce tables, and he literally takes the end of the tractor, that the end part that raises up, he literally takes it and raises up one side of the ring while Roman is still in the ring. I don't understand that. Why did he do that? Was he trying to kill Roman Reigns? Was he trying to maim Roman Reigns? I don't know. Was he trying to severely injure Roman Reigns in Roman Reigns' career? What was he trying to do? I mean, he certainly wasn't trying to win no darn championship. That ain't what. You're not trying to win no championship. You're trying to kill somebody. Of course, I know, and when we talk about wrestling, we're not trying to, say kill or be violent or anything like that. Man, please. This man was literally trying to obliterate dude to extreme capacity. Roman just rolling. He rolled out of the ring. I know he hurting. Brock out here smirking, laughing. Look what I did to Roman. Look at Roman. Ha ha. Ha ha. The man just enjoying himself. He enjoys beating people up, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, Brock enjoyed beating people up. He don't care what happened to you. That man don't care if you in the hospital. He gonna go to the hospital and finish the butt whipping he started before you got in the hospital. That's how bad he want to hurt people, man. But that's crazy because it's a last man standing match for the title, and of course, last man standing match means if you can't stand on your own 2 feet by the count of 10, you lose. And fast forward, Roman gets the upper hand. He hits Brock with both. Well, once he hits Brock with the Universal Championship, and then another time he hits Brock with the WWE Championship. And then it seemed like Brock was trying to get up. He kept getting up, man. It's like he kept getting up. He kept rising to the occasion again, trying to beat the count of 10, right? So Roman, you hit him one more time. I forgot what object it was, and then the Usos come. Actually, you know what? Before all that even happened, he actually F5 Paul Heyman through an announce table. Okay, of course, gets hit with the titles, and the Usos come in. He's laid out, and they bury him under a pile of rubble. They bury the remains from the table on top of him. He can't get up for the count of 10, and it leaves Roman retaining the undisputed Universal Championship. That was a great match. It was wild. It had its spots. It had its wild spots, man. But it was a great match nonetheless. Even though they had booked Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar for 7 years, man. 7 years. For the longest time. Now, I also want to say, shout out to my tribal chief. Again, head of the table, Roman Reigns. He has literally, it's been almost 1,000 days since this man has been pinned in the ring, since he ever even lost a match. Last time he lost a match was in 2019 when Baron Corbin beat him. That's crazy. That's the last time he lost a match. And so, he's reached 704 days as the champion, the Universal Champion. I think what I want to say is it 125 days as WWE Champion? What they were saying? I think it was 125 days as WWE Champion, 704 days as Universal Champion, and almost 1,000 days without being pinned in a match, or losing the match, basically. That's crazy. This man, excuse me, but this man is reaching what some people might say insurmountable feats. I'm talking about, man, you talk about the wherewithal to even have a record-breaking run like that and still be, doing it. You know what I'm saying? Even though Roman Reigns right now is part-time. Right now, he part-time. That's cool. Everybody saying, oh, he holding the titles. He holding the titles hostage, man. It's like he not even showing up. I'm like, well, they said the same thing about Brock. Somebody finally took the title off Brock. Boom, the title was saved. Then he came back, won it again. Same cycle. Doesn't matter though. Roman Reigns is in what he say he in God mode. Greatness on a different level. Yes, God mode. But man, as you can see, man, I did have a good time at SummerSlam, and it was my first major event, man. I hope to go to, it's been major news. I hope to go to WrestleMania in Hollywood next year. And also 2024 WrestleMania 40 is supposed to be in Philadelphia. It's supposed to be in Philly, the city of brotherly love. And so, as I wrap up, I will also bid y'all a farewell. This has been your boy Trey on episode 10, Dropkick Chronicles. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all next time.